Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Ken Muich from the Fibromyalgia Wellness Center, and welcome again this wonderful Monday, wherever you're at in Arizona. It's beautiful out here today. It's 12:30, and we're going to be covering one of my all-time favorite subjects. It's omega-3 or fish oil, and its wonderful aspects and effects that it can have on so many patients, not only fibromyalgia patients, but many who have other, especially pain problems. Omega-3 is a natural anti-inflammatory, believe it or not. But the problem is that no matter how much fish you eat, you can't ingest enough that will actually serve you properly. And so we're going to be covering how much you need and a variety of other subjects today, and also what fibromyalgia does. Now, fibromyalgia has two very, very important elements in it. It has something called EPA and DHA. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go through big terms for you, but it's very, very important. EPA stands for eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA stands for docosahexaenoic acid. I know they're big terms. I'm not going to spell them out for you, but if you have a bottle of fish oil or omega-3, you need to know some very specific information about this. Now, the EPA portion of the fish oil actually is what we're going to concentrate on for pain, because the EPA portion, the eicosapentaenoic acid, goes to your brain and blocks something called arachidonic acid. And arachidonic acid actually produces prostaglandins, which is your primary source of inflammation and pain in your body. So if you take enough omega-3 or fish oil, you will actually have a reduction and oftentimes a complete disappearance of pain and inflammation. But you have to take the correct amount, and we'll be getting that in just a moment. Now, there have been so many independent studies done on the EPA portion of fish oil, and they all come out positive. They did comparisons to that in NSAIDs on one study some years ago, and they found out that not only did the fish oil work better as far as the response for patients, but also there was no side effect, which is great. Obviously, NSAIDs, if you take them long enough, they can have secondary side effects from them. You don't want to be taking medications, if at all possible, that have side effects. And one of the nice things about fish oil is that it is natural, unless, again, I have to do an addendum on this again. Look, it has to be fish oil that is pure. And we have a neurologist that comes into town. I just love him. He's like a walking encyclopedia. And at one seminar, it was very, very interesting. He said, it takes 1,000 pounds of fish oil to produce 100 pounds of pure, no aluminum, no chemicals, nothing whatsoever as far as pure fish oil. And that's what we work with. We only work in our clinic with pure 100% fish oil. However, they don't throw the other 900 pounds away. Mm-hmm. They actually grade them like A, B, C, so forth and so on. And that depends upon how much time is spent as far as the purification is concerned. Now, the nice thing about it is that when you actually have purified fish oil, the difference in price from that which is grades lower is not that much different, believe it or not. It just has to do with how much time the company takes as far as to make sure that you have purified fish oil. And they have to go in and they have to sterilize all of the equipment before they actually start working with fish oil and disseminating that which is not pure. So the EPA portion is extremely important. Now, how much do you take? Well, you have to take 3,000 milligrams of the EPA portion of fish oil. Now, I've seen so many different bottles of fish oil. I go and I check in, and it says 1,000 milligrams of fish oil. Well, you have to look at the back side of the bottle. And on the back side of the bottle, it shows you the amount that each one of these things are broken up into. So you look for the EPA portion, look up for the DHA portion, so forth and so on. And you have to find what we call is the bottle serving size. And the bottle serving size will tell you. So to get, say, for example, 1,000 milligrams of EPA, maybe you might have to take 4 servings, 4 capsules. So you have to look at what that adds up to. Or for many, it's, we'll say 500 milligrams, but you look at the serving size and it says 2 capsules. So that means each capsule on there is only 250, not 500. So you have to do some very simple mathematics as far as to add on to it and find out how much you need to take. When I first started working with fibromyalgia patients and also the fish oil, which I found was excellent for the reduction of inflammation and pain, I found that it was very difficult for companies to concentrate the amount of pure fish oil in each capsule. So years ago, since I've been working with fibromyalgia patients since 1990, years ago, sorry to say, I was having patients take 12 and sometimes 15 capsules just to get to 2,000 level. Now, obviously, I didn't ask them to take them all at one time, 444 or whatever else, 555 or 5 times a day, whatever else. But now, most of the concentrated fish oil, you only have to take maybe 4 or 5, and they're small, they're little pearls. They're not the horse pills that many times we had to take before. So a lot of things have developed and evolved over a period of time to improve not only the reduction in numbers, but also purification and also concentration itself. So make sure you check the back of the bottle as far as serving size. Just don't go with the front that says 1,000 milligrams. Now, 1,000 milligrams could be a variety of different things added up. And also make sure you get pure fish oil, 100% pure. You don't want to be buying things that have chemicals within them that are going to delete the purification as far as the fish oil itself. That's all we work with in our clinic is 100% pure fish oil. Now, here's the problem. Most manufacturers that work specifically with physicians like myself do not have them on the market. It's not on the open market. So you really have to dig, or you can call me and ask, and I'll see what I can do as far as to get you information on these products. But not all companies do have 100% pure fish oil, obviously. Now, the other aspect, DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, is very, very interesting. They're doing more and more studies on Alzheimer's, autistic children, ADD, ADHD, and so forth, because this part of the fish oil is very, very interesting. It stimulates something called, again, big term, Purkinje fibers in your brain. And what that does is it stimulates your brain to be able to think clearly, like as in reducing fibrofog. Anybody know about that? And also for memory and concentration, a variety of other things that are extremely important. So again, they are doing ongoing tests, and anybody you know that has ADD, ADHD, any mental delineations, things like this, get them on fish oil, because it has been proven and shown that this does improve the individual's mental state. I had a grandchild who was born. Now he is 15 years young. But when he was first born, he was very within himself. He had very little talking, and just was not functioning in a normal fashion. So I got my daughter on to get on fish oil. Now they do have also gummies, instead of trying to have an individual try to swallow, especially an infant or child, try to swallow this. But by the time, within, I'd say, 6 months of on fish oil, he was like talking like a bird constantly, and he was much more active. So I know it works from personal experience and also research-wise. I've seen it. I've seen it work. And also, again, the research is very, very valid in this respect. Let's see. Now, there are some questionable things. For example, fish oil should be ingested by expectant mothers. The cardiovascular aspect, those have been questionable as far as results, as far as helping prenatal, so to speak, or pre-delivery. I don't think it's going to hurt. As far as the female is pregnant is concerned, it's fish oil. If you eat fish, it's the same thing, especially if it's pure. Don't go with the farmed fish, because you're not getting the same quality. Believe me, that's been shown in tests. And as far as cardiovascular, the initial tests were run showed that it did help as far as blood clots are concerned, and vascular as far as the veins, arteries, so forth, as far as cleaning them up. Again, some research comes back and says that it's questionable. Other ones say it's positive. Until I find out 100% pure, I'll give you the information. It's not going to hurt you if you take this. The only thing is that I will continue looking at the research to make sure it's positive. Now, one other item, and that is krill. There you go. Krill has come out as the answer for fish oil. And it is a fish, miniature in style, and whales love to eat tons of this stuff that goes through the ocean. And it does have again, EPA and DHA. However, the only studies that have been done on the krill oil, krill fish oil, have been done by those manufacturers that produce the product. So there are very few, if any, outside research studies that I have come across, and I'm constantly looking at different things, that actually validates this krill as far as the same potency and effect as regular cold water fish, shall we say. So the EPA and DHA portion, I can't really guarantee as far as the quality or the amount that you have to take. Now, there are liquid forms of fish oil. When I first started with the old cod liver oil, oh, geez. I only had a little bit of it. It stayed with me. It seemed like forever. But if you wish to take liquid fish oil, it now has a lemon base to it, and you can do that in case you don't or cannot ingest pills. So there are products out there that are liquid based that are 100% pure, and they do have a lemon base on them, so that really helps as far as ingestion and taste is concerned. I think they've taken out the almost everyone that I've come across, that belch aspect as far as fish oil is concerned. Years ago, people would take them, and then they'd obviously have some stomach upset and be a lot of belching and gas and so forth. But through studies and research and manufacturing, they're able to take that out in most of the fish oil products, especially those that we work with. So fish oil is excellent as far as a pain reliever, anti-inflammatory. It's just wonderful because it blocks the body from producing inflammation and pain. And so therefore your pain's going to reduce. But again, you have to take the EPA portion, 3,000 milligrams. Oh, almost forgot. How much of the DHA do you take? Well, you have to take 2,000 milligrams of that. All fish oil has that I know of. I don't think that there may be some companies, but I don't know reason why. All fish oils that I've come across have EPA and DHA in them. So if you're taking 3,000 milligrams of the EPA, you are surely getting at least 2,000 milligrams of the DHA. So you don't have to worry about separating one or the other. Just look at the EPA portion, and I can almost guarantee that that will also take care of the DHA portion. I'm constantly going through stores and checking labels and so forth and so on, and amounts. But be sure you go to the back of the bottle and look at the serving size, and also what each of the EPA and DHA amounts are, and then compute it from there. 3,000 milligrams EPA, 2,000 DHA, and you're on your way. Whether it be inflammation, pain, or maybe mental problems as far as concentration is concerned for children, early Alzheimer's, ADD, ADHD, all of these things I'm sure will have a positive advantage with no side effects. Isn't that wonderful? So I want to thank you very, very much today. And if you have any comments or questions or whatever else, feel free to contact me. In the meantime, the next week on February 12th, on Monday at 12:30, I'm going to be covering something called, this is not a self-help book. My book on fibromyalgia is not one that you can just go and use and think you're going to get through this properly. you might luck out. Let's put it that way. But it's best to have a trained physician to work you through the different aspects of this, so that you're taking the correct amount of guaifenesin. You're taking staying away from salicylates. You're also doing some mapping. I don't know who's going to do mapping on you, or checking your 18 points of pain, so forth and so on. All of those things are important, because most fibromyalgia patients just don't go up like a rocket ship. They just don't keep on going up. They will have ups and downs, and that's part of it, because it's evacuating those aspects out of your system, the phosphate and calcium. And so you need someone, and that's why I'm doing these fibromyalgia seminars to train doctors, physicians, health providers, so that they learn how to do the protocol and help you properly. And that takes care of a lot of long-distance individuals. For those that are in my area, feel free to contact me at the Fibromyalgia Wellness Center, and we'll do everything we can to help you, and also explain to you why you need a practiced physician for our protocol. It's not brain surgery. It's just the fact that I find most patients don't have the capabilities to deal with this by themselves. And so you do need someone like myself and other health providers that are trained so that we can take care of this. Our seminar for physicians, health providers, is April 21st and 22nd. It's 12 hours at the Franciscan Renewal Center in Scottsdale, on Lincoln Drive, 5802, I think, East Lincoln Drive. Wonderful location, wonderful place that we'll be using. And it will include lunch on Saturday. So tell your doctors and your health professionals, so forth, to contact the Fibro Wellness Center or my clinic, 480-948-4955, so they can sign up for the seminar and learn how to do the protocol so they can help you. Thank you so very, very much. Look forward to seeing you next week and talking about the book that we are talking about as far as introduction and not being a self-help book. Thank you very, very much. You have a wonderful day, great week, and look forward to seeing and hearing from you next week. Bye-bye now.